Thank you, Madam Speaker. All right, shall not be infringed seems pretty basic. I find it interesting, additive or subtractive manufacturing, making sure you cover all aspects of 3D printing. And of course, these machines can be used for a lot of other things, and now we're talking about criminalizing them. So in general, we're talking about the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And yet you infringe it every day. Before the ink dries on the last bill, you're bringing another bill. In general, it's been guns. Last year, you criminalized toy guns. And this year, you're criminalizing imaginary guns. You're criminalizing thought crime, guns that might be, parts that might be. And really, what you're doing is you're emphasizing to the citizens of Colorado and to the world that, well, one, Colorado is not to be trusted with any of your rights because the Second Amendment is the amendment that protects all the other ones. And the reason we have it, if we look at the preamble of our Declaration of Independence, is so that if the government becomes tyrannical, it's not about target shooting, it's not about hunting, it's not about just having cool mechanical art. It's about preventing and precluding a tyrannical government. So the citizens of Colorado are right to assume, based on the history that went into our Second Amendment, into our Declaration of Independence, that the purpose of this bill is tyranny. It is the continual usurpation of not just the Second Amendment, not just your right to keep and bear arms, not just your right to defend yourself and defend your property, defend your family. And stop that and stop your family from becoming another statistic in the sky-high crime stats that characterize Colorado. Now, it used to be that having a handgun was a rare thing. And the reason that it became more of a common thing was because crime has been allowed to skyrocket. Again, it's the JB&B program, the jail bed and breakfast program, where criminals are recycled, and the only people that you're interested in keeping in prison are a 70-year-old grandmother with no violent even allegations in a high security prison. Those are the only people that you're interested in keeping in prison. In horrible conditions, with a goon squad set after. So the people of Colorado have every reason to distrust what goes on in this building because they see the tyranny growing every day. They see their finances being funneled into highly profitable, non-audited government organizations.
Representative DeGraff, back to the bill, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Speaker. So we're talking about criminalizing that which in the 250th year of our founding, we're talking about criminalizing something that was key, was crucial to our founding, the right to keep and bear arms and resist a tyrannical government. We see the regime change in Iran now. They wouldn't have lasted that long if the people had the right to keep and bear arms, yet they've lived enslaved for 46 years. So the Second Amendment is to preclude the slavery of tyranny through regulation, through the continual growing, as is the right of citizens. It's not just the right of citizens, it's the obligation and duty of citizens. So first, the Second Amendment, making it impossible. Again, next, criminalizing toy guns, and now the thought crime of imaginary guns. There can be no doubt that the intent behind this is tyranny.